This celebrity has become a global sensation and everyone loves her, but in reality, she does not exist. Hello, and welcome back to the story. Today we will be making a recap of a 2002 movie titled Simone. The story begins with a man named Victor, who is a failing film director. He begs his lead actress Nicola not to quit, but she is decided and leaves the set. Victor shows the film to the executives. They say Nicola will file a lawsuit if her face appears in any part of the film. He suggests doing a recast, but the lead actor Hal says Nicola is the only actress in the world who could play that part. The studio head and Victor's ex-wife Elaine suggests abandoning the film to cut their losses. Victor does not want to, and Elaine later reprimands him. Victor talks about his Academy Award nominations, and now he is just getting mocked by a supermodel actress. Elaine tells him that it is over, and they are no longer renewing his contract. She says his last 3 films flopped, and no bankable star is going to work with him anymore. Victor walks out with a heavy heart. His daughter Lainey says sorry that he got fired, but Victor says he's gonna finish the film no matter what. His daughter believes he can do it, and Victor hugs her. That evening, a man named Hank approaches him and says he's got answer to his prayers while showing an article on his recent failure. Hank is a huge fan of his films and says he made a virtual actor for him, but Victor does not believe it would work. The man insists and Victor says he had a rough day, but he promises to call him next week. Victor has been trying to find different actors for his film, but no one wants to work with him. He reveals that he has already mortgaged everything just to finish the movie. A while later, a man knocks on his door, and Victor assumes that he is a creditor, so he runs away. The man finally catches up to him and introduces himself as Hank's lawyer. He says Hank died because of an eye tumor, and his last wish is to give Victor the hard drive. In the evening, Victor puts in the hard disk to his computer. A program boots up, which renders a 3D image of a woman. 9 months have passed, and Victor shows the finished film to the producers. In the film, Victor has replaced Nicola with a different woman, whose acting makes the executive shed tears. The film ends with a dedication to Hank. Victor is in the bathroom feeling tensed as he practices his speech in case they hate him for using a virtual actor. But a while later, the audience greets him with applause, congratulating him and saying his leading actress is so magnificent. Nobody ever doubted if Simone is real. Days later, after releasing the film, the new actress makes it on the headline of different newspapers around the globe. Everyone knows her by the name Simone, but no one has seen her yet personally. Victor arrives at the studio where everyone is excited to see Simone. Elaine could not find her, and Victor says she's intensely private and won't come to events like that. He then goes to his fully secured set, which contains only a computer and a few monitors. He boots up the program, and we can see how Victor trains Simone in how to speak. Using a database of different actresses, Simone can mimic their acting performance. At a press conference, Victor reads a statement from Simone saying how grateful she is for their love in her film. However, she can't conduct interviews or make publicity appearances, and asks the press to respect her privacy. A while later, the lead actor Hal approaches Victor, asking for the lead role in his upcoming movie. Hal boasted that he talked with Simone and that she said he is perfect for the role. Knowing that he is lying, Victor makes a fake phone call from Simone, making Hal embarrassed. A few yards from them, a journalist named Max and his partner are eavesdropping on Victor's phone call, but they could not hear Simone. One morning, Victor asks his daughter to take a break from using her computer. He invites her to eat outside, but when he goes out, he finds reporters have flocked in his house, looking for Simone. They are accusing Victor of holding her hostage. Victor meets with the cast of his new movie. He reminds them that they will not be shooting with Simone, and they are forbidden to contact her, which they gladly understand. The filming has started, and we can see that Victor is just adding Simone during post-production. He adjusts her emotions depending on the scene, and adds her dialogue using his own dictation. With Simone's success, Victor chooses to keep the truth hidden from the world. In order to ensure that his deception remains intact, he books a hotel room for Simone and instructs the receptionist to maintain confidentiality, but he still tips off the reporters, which Victor actually intends. To make it look like Simone stayed there, Victor sprays perfume in bed, leaves lingerie on the sofa, and cuts some fake hairs. But in his haste, he drops his toothbrush into the toilet and picks it up back. Outside, the paparazzi see a silhouette of a sexy woman who they believe is Simone, but is actually just a shadow of a doll. A while later, he cloaks a woman and makes her run to the car, which makes the reporters even more excited. As the car drives away, Victor expresses gratitude towards Faith, who he hired to pose as Simone. Faith appreciates Victor's attempt to preserve Simone's privacy. Max bribes the hotel receptionists to let him see the suite where Simone stayed. He searches through the trash to find Simone's used lingerie and soap. Max then lies on the bed and kisses Simone's toothbrush, unaware that Victor had previously dropped it in the toilet. Victor's new movie receives a positive response during its premiere, but at the party, instead of praising Victor, the executives commend Elaine for approving the film, which makes the director upset. The following day, Max is upset that his team couldn't get an interview with Simone at the party. Despite keeping a close eye on Victor and taking satellite photos, they are still unable to locate her. One day, the executives demand access to Victor's private set. They say that his newest movie is not selling as anticipated and they need Simone to make press releases and marketing campaigns. Victor argues that Simone's popularity comes from her reluctance to be in the public eye, but Elaine enters the set forcefully. Once inside, the executives search for Simone, but only find Victor's computer and screens. Victor lies and tells them that Simone has a phobia of public places and just spends all her time in front of the computer. Although the executives are convinced, they are worried at how can Simone address the public. Victor suggests a taped interview, but they insist on doing it live. Using a random desert background, Victor makes Simone copy his every movement and speech during the interview with Frank. Frank asks Simone about her obsession for privacy, and she says people should focus on the films and not on her because she's completely different from the characters she portrays. A while later, Simone's image starts to glitch, indicating that the computer is running low on memory. The host assumes that it is just due to a poor signal, so he bids farewell to Simone. Victor thought that it is finally over, but Max recognizes the background of Simone during the interview. Upon investigating, they discover that a building had already been constructed at that spot, which did not appear in the live interview. After the interview, the movie gains enormous popularity, and fans clamor for more of Simone. She graces numerous magazine covers and interviews, consistently praising Victor's work, which fuels Elaine's jealousy. Eventually, Max confronts Victor about the fake background on Simone's interview. Max is convinced that she never leaves the studio, and he accuses Victor of abducting Simone and warns him that he will report it to the authorities. In order to appease Max, Victor promises that they will see Simone in person. Several weeks later, Victor sets up the stadium for Simone's concert. Through the use of holograms, Simone appears on stage, and the crowd erupts in excitement. Simone's mesmerizing performance is broadcast globally, captivating millions, including Max. Victor prepares signed photos of Simone, complete with the kiss marks he added himself. Lainey and Elaine suddenly arrive outside Victor's private van, and he quickly goes out to greet them, forgetting the lipstick on his lips. Elaine assumes that he has been making out with Simone. The next day, Elaine tells her boyfriend Kent about her theory that Simone is taking advantage of Victor. She worries that once Simone gets what she wants, she will dump Victor and ruin him. Kent comments that Elaine has been talking about Victor non-stop, making him feel left out. Lainey later tells her father that Elaine broke up with her boyfriend because she is jealous of him and Simone. Victor assures Lainey that he has no relationship with Simone, so his daughter tells him to let Simone speak with Elaine to make things clear. While Elaine is driving, she receives a call from Simone, assuring her that her relationship with Victor is purely professional. As she glances at the car next to hers, she sees a woman she believes is Simone. Unbeknownst to her, it is a mannequin, and Victor is hiding beside it. At the Oscars, Simone ties with herself for Best Actress, and she accepts the award in a recorded appearance. Lainey notices that Simone did not thank Victor in her speech. He checks the recording, and is shocked when he realizes that he forgot to add himself. Later, Nicola visits Victor to audition as Simone's sister in her upcoming movie. She also apologizes for leaving the set before, and reveals that Simone inspired her to change for the better. She reads the script and acts the part, which includes a kissing scene. Mesmerized, Victor offers her the lead role, but Nicola points out that Simone already has it. For Lainey's birthday, Victor gifts her the car that Simone drove in her movie. However, Lainey declines the present, saying all she wants is for her father to return to his old self who is not dependent on Simone's fame. She also remarks that Victor's movies have started to revolve solely around Simone. In the evening, Victor informs his assistant that he will be having a dinner date at his house. The assistant contacts Elaine, who assumes that Victor will be with Simone, so she sneaks into his house. However, she finds Victor alone and asks when will his date arrive. Victor says she's already here, referring to Elaine. He admits that he wants her back. Elaine wants him back too, and they make out. But then Elaine worries that Victor will eventually go back to Simone. Victor becomes frustrated and reveals that he created Simone using a computer, but Elaine doesn't believe it, saying he's just drunk. To discredit Simone, Victor creates a film where she crawls with pigs for her directorial debut. He is pleased when the audience reacts negatively to her scenes, but surprisingly, they give her a standing ovation when the credits roll. During a live interview, he makes Simone appear drunk and smoking, while making rude comments. To his surprise, the audience adores her candidness. Feeling defeated, Victor starts to think he can never destroy Simone, but then an idea strikes him. He goes to his studio and inserts a virus disk which erases Simone in his computer. Victor places all of Simone's recorded data and hard drive into a chest, which he then tosses into the sea. He later informs the press that Simone has passed away from a rare virus she contracted while on tour. On her funeral, police officers arrive and inspect the coffin, revealing that it only contains a cutout of Simone. They accuse Victor of killing her and arrest him. During the investigation, Nicola reveals that Victor asked her to replace Simone, while Max theorizes that Victor kept Simone captive. Despite Victor's confession that Simone is not real, the detective doubts his claims. The police plays a footage of Victor dragging a large chest to his yacht, leading them to believe that Simone's body was inside. Victor insists that they retrieve the chest from the sea to prove his innocence. They find the chest, but the lock is broken, and it is now empty. They see a shark nearby and they conclude that Simone's body was devoured by sharks. Elaine and her daughter enter Victor's private set, where Elaine tries to access the files from his computer. She really doubts if Simone existed. She later finds the virus disk and manages to restore what it destroyed. Victor finally gives up and confesses to murdering Simone, but then the detective turns on the TV, which shows Simone to be alive. This leads to his release, and he reunites with Elaine and his daughter. He learns that it is his computer whiz daughter who has saved him. Elaine then invites Victor to move in with them, and that makes him happy. One day, Simone reappears on Frank's show, claiming that she disappeared to have a break from the limelight. She says that she is considering a career in politics, to make a better future for her baby with Victor. Lainey is the one helping her father create his virtual family with Simone, to convince everyone that she really existed. Did you like our movie recap? Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. To be updated for new movie recaps, hit the notification bell.